Hey Switch fans, welcome back to SwitchTop. Today we're looking at the top 15 platformer games you need to play on your Nintendo Switch in 2025. These games are all about jumping, running, and exploring awesome worlds. Let's jump right in. Nine Souls mixes ninja action with beautiful hand-drawn art that looks like a moving painting. You play as Yi, a forgotten hero who wakes up to fight against godlike rulers called the Souls. The game feels amazing to play because of its deflect system. You can bounce back enemy attacks with perfect timing, which feels super satisfying when you get it right. You'll run, jump, and wall slide through ancient ruins and futuristic cities, upgrading your abilities as you go. The world tells its story through the environment rather than lots of talking, so you learn about this mysterious place as you explore. What makes Nine Souls special is how it blends fast ninja action with moments where you need to be patient and learn enemy patterns. It's challenging but fair. When you die, you know it was your mistake, and you'll want to try again right away. Donkey Kong Country. Tropical Freeze is a perfect example of how a 2D platformer should feel. Every jump and roll is spot on. DK and his family have to take back their island from ice-cold Viking animals who have frozen their tropical home. The game lets you play as different Kongs, who each bring special abilities. Diddy has a jetpack for longer jumps, Dixie can twirl her hair to float, and Cranky uses his cane like a pogo stick. What makes this game stand out is the incredible level design. Each stage introduces new ideas that keep surprising you, from riding minecarts to swinging on vines through storms. The backgrounds are alive with activity that sometimes affects the foreground gameplay. The challenge is real. This game will test your skills, but the funky mode option lets newer players enjoy it too. With beautiful graphics, amazing music, and perfect controls, this is Donkey Kong at his absolute best. Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time is the best modern take on the crazy spinning marsupial. The story has Crash and his sister Coco jumping between different dimensions to stop evil scientists Neocortex and Entropy from taking over the multiverse. What makes this game fresh is the quantum masks that give you special powers. You can slow down time, flip gravity, phase objects in and out of existence, or go into a super powerful spin mode. The levels are designed around these powers, creating some really creative challenges. Beyond the main levels, you can play as different characters like Tana, Dingodile, and even Cortex, each with their own unique playstyle. The game has multiple ways to play. You can just finish the levels or challenge yourself to find every hidden gem and complete perfect runs. It looks like a playable cartoon with bright colors and crazy animations. Be warned though, just like classic Crash games, it gets pretty tough, but in that one more try kind of way. Super Mario Maker 2 isn't just one platformer. It's literally millions of them. This game lets you build your own Mario levels using parts from different Mario games, from the original Super Mario Bros. Style all the way to the modern 3D world look. The story mode has over 100 Nintendo-made levels that show off what's possible and teach you clever design tricks. What makes this game special is the endless creativity. You can play traditional Mario levels, music levels, puzzle levels, auto-run levels, and weird experimental courses that break all the rules. The creation tools are super easy to use with the touchscreen in handheld mode, letting you drag and drop elements to make your dream level. The online sharing means you'll never run out of new courses to try, with filters to find exactly what you're looking for. Even in 2025, the community is still active with new levels being uploaded every day. Whether you enjoy building or just playing, Super Mario Maker 2 is like having an infinite Mario game on your Switch. Cuphead looks like a 1930s cartoon, but plays like a challenging run-and-gun platformer that will test your skills. The story follows Cuphead and his brother Mugman, who make a bad deal with the devil and have to collect soul contracts from various bosses to save themselves. What makes Cuphead stand out is its hand-drawn animation style. Everything from the characters to the backgrounds looks like it came straight from an old-time cartoon. The gameplay is mainly focused on boss fights, where you need to learn patterns and dodge like crazy while shooting back. Between boss levels, there are run-and-gun stages where you platform through enemies and obstacles. You can buy different weapons and special abilities to customize your playstyle, like spread shots or homing attacks. The co-op mode lets a friend join as Mugman, making some parts easier but adding new challenges too. The jazzy soundtrack perfectly matches the old-timey feel. Cuphead is definitely tough, but beating a boss after many tries gives you an amazing feeling of accomplishment. Animal Well is a mysterious puzzle platformer that feels like exploring a strange dream. You play as a small blob discovering a labyrinth filled with animal spirits and hidden secrets. The game doesn't explain much. You're dropped into this weird interconnected world and left to figure things out on your own. What makes Animal Well special is how it uses light and darkness. Your blob glows softly, illuminating just enough of your surroundings to create a moody but not scary atmosphere. The puzzles are incredibly clever, often using items in unexpected ways, like a yo-yo that can activate switches or a bubble wand that helps you float. The game never tells you what to do next, instead rewarding your curiosity when you try strange things. The pixel art looks simple at first, but creates beautiful scenes with amazing lighting effects. There are no traditional enemies to fight. Instead, you'll avoid animal spirits or find ways to interact with them. Animal Well is perfect for players who love discovering things on their own and having aha moments when solving tricky puzzles. Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury gives you two amazing Mario games in one package. In 3D World, Mario and friends have to save the Sprixie Kingdom from Bowser, who has kidnapped the fairy-like Sprixies. The game takes place in levels that mix 2D and 3D movement. You can move in all directions, but the levels have clear paths forward. The Catsuit power-up lets you climb walls and swipe at enemies, adding new ways to explore. What makes this game special is the 4-player co-op that's both helpful and chaotic as you race to the goal. Then there's Bowser's Fury, a totally different open-world Mario game where you explore Lake Lapcat collecting cat shines, while a giant furious Bowser periodically attacks you. This part feels like a peek at the future of Mario games with its seamless open world. Both games look gorgeous on Switch with bright colors and smooth performance. With tons of levels, hidden secrets, and different characters to play as, this package offers hours of platforming joy. Bow, Path of the Teal. Lotus is a gorgeous hand-drawn adventure inspired by Japanese folklore. You play as Bow, a young fox spirit with a magical brush, who needs to save his village from dark forces that are corrupting the land. What makes this game special is the beautiful inkwash painting style that makes every screen look like traditional Japanese art brought to life. The gameplay mixes platforming with combat where you use your magical brush to paint attacks and solve puzzles. As you progress, you learn new brush techniques that open up different ways to interact with the world, painting bridges over gaps, revealing hidden paths, or creating platforms in mid-air. The world is filled with spirits from Japanese myths, some friendly and some not. The game has a perfect difficulty curve, starting simple but gradually challenging you with more complex brush combinations. The story is told through beautiful cutscenes scenes and environmental details that don't interrupt the flow of gameplay. Bow feels like playing through a moving painting that respects both gaming traditions and Japanese cultural art. Planet of Lana is a beautiful side-scrolling adventure about a girl and her cute cat-like companion trying to save their world. The story takes place on a colorful planet being invaded by cold, mechanical creatures. What makes this game special is the bond between Lana and her fuzzy friend Moi. You control both characters and need to use their different abilities to solve puzzles and avoid dangers. Lana can do things like pull levers and swing on ropes, while Moi can squeeze through small spaces and distract enemies. The puzzles are clever without being frustrating, often requiring you to time your actions between both characters. The game has almost no text but tells its story through beautiful visuals and music. The art style looks like hand-painted backgrounds with silhouette-like characters that create a dreamy storybook feel. There's no combat. Instead, you'll need to hide from or outsmart the mechanical invaders through stealth and timing. The emotional connection between Lana and Moi makes you care about their journey in a way that few games manage. Kirby's return to Dream Land Deluxe brings the best of Kirby to the Switch with colorful fun that anyone can enjoy. Kirby and his friends are helping an alien named Magolor fix his crashed spaceship by finding its missing parts across Dreamland. What makes Kirby games special is his copy ability. He can inhale enemies and gain their powers, like breathing fire, cutting with a sword, or freezing foes with ice. This game has over 20 copy abilities, including new ones like Mecha that turns Kirby into a robot, and Sand that lets him create sandstorms. The levels are bright and creative, with secrets hidden everywhere for curious players. The super abilities are extra special powers that let Kirby do massive attacks like swinging a giant sword or creating a huge snowball. Up to 4 players can join in, playing as different colored Kirbys or as King Dedede, Meta Knight, or Bandana Waddle Dee. Beyond the main story, there's Merry Magoland, an amusement park with 10 fun mini-games you can play with friends. With its perfect balance of accessibility and hidden depth, this is the ultimate Kirby experience on Switch. Super Mario Bros. Wonder brings fresh ideas to 2D Mario games with the new Wonder Flower that changes levels in surprising ways. When you grab a Wonder Flower, pipes might grow legs and walk away. Mario could turn into a Goomba, or the whole level might change completely. The story is simple. Mario and friends visit the Flower Kingdom where Prince Florian gets turned into a tree by Bowser, and you need to save him. The game plays like classic Mario with running and jumping, but adds new power-ups like the elephant form that lets you smash blocks and spray water with your trunk. There's also a new badge system where you can equip special abilities like better wall jumps or starting levels with a power-up. You can play as 12 different characters including Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Toad, and even Yoshi. The game has over 150 levels filled with secrets, and up to 4 players can play together. The bright, colorful style looks amazing, and the way levels transform keeps surprising you even after hours of play. Super Mario Odyssey takes 3D Mario to new heights with the cap-throwing mechanic that lets Mario take control of enemies and objects. The story follows Mario teaming up with a living hat named Cappy to stop Bowser from forcing Princess Peach into marriage. The game's main new trick is the capture ability. Throw your cap at a Goomba to become one, or at a frog to jump super high, or at a T-Rex to become a dinosaur. Each capture gives you different abilities to solve puzzles and explore. The worlds are big open sandboxes filled with power moons to collect. There are over 800 of them hidden everywhere. Instead of lives, you just lose 10 coins when you die, making the game much more about exploration than punishment. Each kingdom has its own look and feel, from the food-covered Luncheon Kingdom to the city streets of New Donk City. The controls feel perfect, with Mario able to roll, long jump, and perform tricks to reach new areas. With no time limits pushing you forward, you're free to explore at your own pace and discover secrets around every corner. Kirby and the Forgotten Land brings the pink puffball into a 3D world for the first time in a main game. The story has Kirby transported to a mysterious world with abandoned buildings and ruins, where the Waddle Dees have been kidnapped by the Beast Pack. Kirby's famous copy ability returns. He can swallow enemies to gain their powers like sword, fire, ice, and more. The big new feature is Mouthful Mode, where Kirby stretches his body around large objects like cars, vending machines, or even a staircase to use them in creative ways. The levels are 3D, but follow set paths forward, with lots of hidden Waddle Dees to rescue by solving mini challenges or finding secret rooms. After rescuing Waddle Dees, they rebuild Waddle Dee Town, which unlocks mini games, shops, and helpful features. You can play with a friend in co-op mode, with the second player controlling Bandana Waddle Dee. The game has a perfect difficulty balance, with the main path being pretty easy, but optional challenges and a post-game mode that provide a good test for skilled players. Celeste is a challenging platformer with a heartfelt story about overcoming personal struggles. You play as Madeline, a young woman determined to climb Celeste Mountain despite dealing with anxiety and depression. The game's controls are simple but perfect. You can jump, climb walls for a limited time, and do one mid-air dash before touching ground again. These simple moves combine to create increasingly tough but fair challenges. What makes Celeste special is how it connects the gameplay to the story. Madeline's struggle to climb the mountain mirrors her fight against her own self-doubt, which appears as a dark version of herself. The pixel art style creates beautiful mountain scenes with changing weather and time of day. The game has a fantastic assist mode that lets you customize the difficulty if you're stuck, including options for extra dashes, slower game speed, or even invincibility. Each chapter introduces new mechanics like moving platforms, feathers that let you fly, or bouncy clouds. The incredible soundtrack changes with the mood and challenges of each area. Celeste proves that a game can be both super challenging and still welcoming to all players. Ori and the Will of the Wisps is a breathtakingly beautiful platformer that feels like playing through a magical animated movie. The story follows Ori, a guardian spirit searching for their owl friend Ku, who gets lost in a storm. The game combines smooth platforming with light combat as you explore different areas of a vast forest. What makes Ori special is the fluid movement. You'll gain abilities like double jump, dash, grapple, and gliding that let you chain together amazing moves through the environment. The game uses a shard system that lets you customize Ori with different powers and boosts, like stronger attacks or better healing. The visuals are stunning, with layers of glowing forests, dark caverns, and sandy deserts, all brought to life with amazing lighting effects. The game tells its emotional story mostly through visuals and music with very little text. There are challenging escape sequences where you have to outrun danger using perfect timing. The soundtrack perfectly matches the mood of each area, building during intense moments and softening during quiet exploration. The Switch version runs smoothly and looks incredible even in handheld mode. And there you have it, 15 amazing platformer games you absolutely must play on your Nintendo Switch in 2025. From Mario's colorful adventures to Ori's emotional journey, these games represent the very best the genre has to offer. Which game looks most exciting to you? Let me know in the comments which one you'll be playing first. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to SwitchTop for more Nintendo Switch content. Until next time.